Welcome to the commentary booth, where we watch and you guessed it, commentate on the week that was in movies and TV. I'm your host and play-by-play commentator Jamie Apps, and each week I'm joined by a rotating cast of colour commentators to help you find your next viewing treat. This week I'm joined by a freelance social commentator who lists his favourite movie as American Psycho and favourite TV show as Yellowstone. Welcome back to the show, Blake Robinson, in his very Yellowstone-looking shirt.
Yeah, look, I'm a product of the land, Jamie. You know how it is. Didn't lift a finger today, though.
Just cowboying it up out there in the Backlands adapter.
Yellowstone fever's real, bro. You know it.
My mum's been all over it. Have you started, 1923?
So I have been flat stick. I have finished 1883.
Oh, wow.
Like that. Boom. It was very good, and I highly recommend it as like a standalone series. Like, you don't have to know anything about Yellowstone. It was extremely good as a standalone series. And I'm getting through 1923 now. I'm up to date, which is coming out weekly, which is pretty handy because one of the all-time wool pools, Yellowstone, have seemingly stopped halfway through the season. I don't know if you've heard about this.
Yeah, they've got a mid-season break because
they had like five episodes come out. Then they had a week break over New Year's for the 6th episode. Then that came out. Then everyone got excited. Then they're like, "No, we're done for like 6 months." I'm like,
yeah,
"What? What do you mean?"
I did see that.
What have
there
you
is
heard?
a reason why, but I can't remember why.
I assumed it would have been to give people a chance to watch 1923, which is coming out over the next 6 to 8 weeks.
Possibly.
That was my theory, but they're on different networks. Same people, but different networks. I doubt that would have been the reason, but that was all I could think of.
I'm pretty sure it's only different networks here. I think in the States they're all on the same thing.
Right. I've discovered I can watch Paramount Plus shows on Apple TV. Did you know that?
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Which is game-changing, really.
Paramount Plus, you can do the subscription one of 3 ways, I believe.
Mm.
You can do it directly through Paramount, where you can do monthly or yearly.
Mm.
You can do it via Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Or you can do it via Apple TV.
I haven't noticed anything different on Apple TV for me to watch this. I think I had to pay like $8 to watch 1883, but I swear I'm watching 1923 for free as a part of my Apple TV subscription.
If you paid the $8 for the 18 whatever it is,
1883,
you basically are a Paramount subscriber now.
Right. Now,
because it's just a subscription monthly. Within a subscription.
I wonder if that's going to be a monthly payment now.
Yeah, it will be.
Interesting. Worth it though.
The only downside of doing it through Apple or Amazon is you can only do it as a monthly subscription.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do it directly through Paramount, you get that. You can do that yearly discount.
Who's doing yearly? Please don't tell me you subscribe yearly to things.
I did the first time.
Really? Paramount. How much does it cost? Like, quick maths.
I think it was
8 times 50. Something. That's a lot of money.
No, if it was, say it was $9 a month, I think it ended up being like $90 for the year. So I think you basically got 2 months free.
Yeah, right. That's really not that bad, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty standard for yearly. Like,
but
Disney Plus, I do that. I just pay yearly because you basically get 2 months free every time.
Yeah,
and it's one I know I'm going to keep.
Yeah, I pay for Apple TV and Amazon. I have a feeling I'm on Mum's Stan, and I'm definitely still on Mum's Netflix. So I don't mind paying. The way I said it, 2 for free. So
that might cut out on you very soon. If
are they putting it? Yeah. Well, no, I have an account. I'm not on hers. Like, I have my own account on hers. You know, like it says Blake, like it's my account.
Yeah, that's a profile on that account, but because it's being accessed from a different IP, they may cut you off at some point because it's a different location.
So like 3 or 4 people are like using this one account. I see what
Yeah,
not in the
and
same household.
Yeah,
Are they onto that? Are
that's their big push for this year to try and cut that off.
why can't we have nice things?
Because they want $9 from everyone, not $9 from every 4 people.
Their subscribers fluctuate. Hey, it baffles me. Like they didn't they lose a couple of million in like one go last year or something for some reason, and but then they get like that million back when a show like Wednesday or something drops.
Or Stranger Things or Dharma. I know Dharma got them a lot of people back.
Yeah, I don't know. Why are people just cancelling and resubscribing just to save like $10? I don't understand it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like
it's
people
hassle.
People get it for a couple of months, cut it off for a couple of months, let it build up, then come back.
I mean, if you need to save $20 here and there, like sure, you could probably, if you got 4 or 5 subscription services, like you could.
I would imagine the people that are like hardcore about doing that are doing it like, okay, for these 2 months, I'm going to have Netflix and I'm only going to watch all of the stuff on Netflix.
Yeah,
and then
that'd be spreadsheeting it.
The next 2 months, I'll do Disney and I'll catch up on all the stuff I missed for the last couple of months. But
look, it's a hard.
Just have them all. Who cares?
Each to their right. Just honestly. Then you got your.
Although, like, I think it was Guillermo del Toro or might have been a Spielberg or someone said, or James Cameron, we need to like rein back this whole subscription situation in because it's getting back to the point of we might as well just have Foxtel.
Well, you're saying too much competition, everyone providing the same service.
Well, yeah, like we used to pay $80 a month for Foxtel, and you got everything. It was all just
that was like
it was all just sorted, like, and now it's like, yeah, I'm paying $5 here, I'm paying $10 here, I'm paying $8 here, and
like
by the end of the month, you're paying just as much.
But then again, like free-to-air TV is pretty good these days, isn't it? Like we're getting a lot of sport on that. I don't know. It's just it is a lot. I know what you're saying. It is a lot.
Yeah, I just think we need to sort of consolidate back down because
I mean the cost of living is as high as it is at the moment. Like, got all these luxuries over
and
there.
with so many shows spread out across so many different services, I think the overall quality has dropped as well. Like I can remember when like Netflix was the thing.
Yeah,
everything they put out was like high quality, and now they're kind of just like, here's our 6, here's our 5 or 6 tent poles for the year. Everything else is just filler to make sure you stick around, that there's something to watch, something new, whether it's good or not.
Netflix has been so consistent lately. Like, there is always something on there to watch, and with Breakpoint, the tennis documentary coming out, Drive to Survive style, and today the trailer for the PGA Tour one. What's that called? Oh, what was that?
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I saw it.
I watched the trailer today. It looks insane. I've been so keen for that. Yeah, so there's no reason to not have Netflix. We really should be getting free subscriptions, you know. Full Swing, it's called. Full Swing.
That's it.
So, yeah, Breakpoint, tennis, Full Swing, golf, both coming out. I think. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Hook these into my veins. These behind-the-scenes sports documentaries.
Yeah.
I think we know Drive to Survive's been renewed. But we did get a teaser, didn't we, with Tales of Tiger Town, the one behind the scenes of West's Tigers, the greatest football club in Australian football history.
Yeah. The AFL has done a couple as well, but
yeah, they've dabbled, but
nothing
they just
consistent.
they need like a Netflix backing, and you know it's going to be popular.
Or Amazon, like they need to get the
well, Amazon's still in
all or nothing into an NRL club, I reckon.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah. So this week we're not doing anything sport related. Totally different.
Nothing Yellowstone related. Nothing sport related.
No.
But we are doing something American Psycho related, Jamie.
Yes. Tangentially, yes. So this week we're reviewing the new Netflix murder mystery movie starring Christian Bale, The Pale Blue Eye. In The Pale Blue Eye, Christian Bale plays the detective Augustus Landor, as he investigates a series of grisly murders at the U.S. Military Academy West Point in 1830. And during the course of this investigation, he recruits Edgar Allan Poe to assist the investigations. And the film began streaming on Netflix on January 6th after a brief run in cinemas. Before we dive into this deeply, what did you think of the film?
Surface level, I was drooling over Harry Melling's performance in this.
Mm-hmm.
Distracted by how well he performed. Of Harry Potter, Neville Longbottom fame. Is that correct?
Dudley Dursley.
Dudley Dursley, right.
Yeah,
sorry,
Harry's
don't attack me, Harry Potter people.
Harry's
yeah,
cousin.
brilliant.
Something.
Absolutely. Absolutely brilliant. And in the Queen's Gambit too. Queen's Gambit, very good in that. He was the
Harry Beltic
opposition.
From Queen's Gambit.
He's just got that look about him, doesn't he? He's just oddly looking.
He's a very distinct looking bloke.
Yeah. Very good. And to outperform a Christian Bale in a Christian Bale role that suits Christian Bale, you've done well. So that was my biggest outtake. I was just so distracted by how well Harry Melling was acting. And I
think the entire cast did a really good job in this movie.
Another big pickup I just found, Christian Bale just looked so comfortable in this role. Like, barely acting. Like, this is great. This is great for him, I thought. Like, I'm a big Christian Bale fan too.
Yeah.
I thought he was great in this. But, like, just naturally great.
He didn't have, like, a huge amount of lines, but, yeah, he definitely, like, conveyed a lot of emotion, and you read a lot into what his character was dealing with and thinking just by looking at Christian Bale's face, not necessarily what he was saying in the moments. He was kind of just... He was playing a detective. He was kind of just watching and studying everything happening around him, and
you know what this
got that just by watching him.
And Christian Bale's character, a lot of the Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr., very, very similar characters, like just quirky detective, that sort of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I did get that vibe a lot. See, this is based off a novel. Am I not mistaken?
Yes, so it's written and directed by Scott Cooper, but based on a novel by Louis Bayard. Scott Cooper, previously known for directing Crazy Heart, Out of the Furnace, which also featured
Crazy Heart. I love that movie.
Christian Bale, Black Mass, Hostiles, and Antlers.
Black Mass, very good as well.
His previous directorial efforts, and
yep.
I really enjoyed this movie. I love the twists and turns, and
it's great.
Like, you're always second guessing everyone you meet.
For such like what did you say? What word did you say? Grisly? Did you say grisly to describe the murders, perhaps?
Yep.
For such a grisly, dark, eerie movie, it was very fun.
Until the very end, and then it takes a very dark, sad twist.
It does take a dark turn. It does. But yeah, like I said, based off a novel, I went into this. I swear I read somewhere it was like a real life account based on a true story.
I think the only sort of...
Or maybe the novel is loosely based on a true story.
I think, the main fact, like, truth nugget that they've used to build this is Edgar Allan Poe did attend West Point in 1830.
Did he? Mm-hmm.
And he'd already had his first poetry published at that time, and I think that's kind of really the only truthful element.
So loosely based, because I wouldn't be surprised back in 1830 that like black magic was big back then. I guess wasn't it a thing, and murders like this, as Hollywood as they are, as we know them, they did take place.
And I did read somewhere that suicide at West Point around that time was somewhat common as well, with recruits kind of just breaking and giving up. So
Yep.
I guess there are elements to this where they've probably drawn from doing a bit of history research on West Point during that time.
As I was
Edgar Allen Poe.
watching it the whole time, I was under the impression it was based on a true story. And I was like, this is pretty wild.
Yep. And like,
but
there are references later in the movie about books or stories that Edgar Allan Poe would then go on to write. So the character Landor, his last name, in the movie, Edgar promises him that he will honor Landor by including him in a future story. And then Poe's final short story was called Landor's Cottage.
Right.
So I think the writers, Bayard and Scott Cooper, have clearly done their research and know sort of Edgar Allan Poe's history, the West Point history, in terms of how that has influenced their story.
Look, it was very well put together. And going into this, based on the trailer, from what I remember from the trailer, I got very excited. Very excited. Mm-hmm. I was under the impression this movie was like some sort of like a bit of a war movie, a bit of a like battle taking place vibe. Christian Bale was like a captain.
Yep.
In the military. Did you get that too? And it just ended up like a Sherlock Holmes murder mystery movie.
Yeah, I think a little bit in the trailer, just because like we do see the soldiers and things, like you immediately jump to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the more you progress through this movie,
and that was obviously
definitely
without reading about what the movie was about before I went into it. You mentioned it was in cinemas for a while. I did not know that.
Yeah, I imagine it was probably just like the standard Netflix, let's chuck this in a cinema for a week so it qualifies for awards, but
speaking of
nothing
awards,
like notable.
Is it award worthy? Is Harry Melling's support performance award worthy? It's definitely nomination worthy. Just depends what it's up against.
Potentially, but I think the issue that they will eventually have is that this is going to be...
It's too early in the...
It's way too early in the nomination.
Yeah.
The calendar.
That always happens, man.
Because it's, right at the start of the year, and...
Yeah, you see shit just forgotten about.
Come November, December, it's going to just be like, no, there's 8 other newer, high quality, if not higher quality.
It is awards season now, isn't it? Golden Globes recently took place over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch much of that? I just seen here and there. I haven't gone through a full list of winners.
I know Angela Bassett got, I think, 1 or 2 awards.
Mm.
The Jeffrey Dahmer actor won.
Pinocchio got a couple of awards.
Pinocchio got a couple.
Del Toro's.
The Bear got best TV show or something. It won as well.
God damn, it was the best TV show last year. Honestly, that or Severance.
Yeah.
Both so rated, underappreciated. No one's talking about them. I don't understand why. Severance was goddamn genius.
Mm-hmm.
And The Bear was just a work of art.
Yeah. Have you
incredible.
Have you had a chance to watch The Menu yet?
I have not.
It's on Disney Plus now, so you can check it out.
I am looking for something to watch.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Check that one out. That's fantastic as well.
Yeah. I'm just in limbo at the moment. I've caught up on everything. Like I said, I've got 19. What are we? 19. Whatever it is. 1920. 1920.
23, I think.
I'm confused. It was 1883. Might have been 1920. Anyway, so that's weekly, and I'm just looking for something to dive into.
Yeah, there you go. The Menu, Barbarian.
I've had White Lotus recommended to me as well.
That's also fantastic. Jackson.
I know.
Jackson pushed that one on me hard, and once I started it, I binged all 2 seasons in one.
Yeah, I know that's going to happen to me, and I think I'll do that. It looks sick.
Yeah, it's very good.
So I need something like that in my life.
So
anyway, back to
you've got plenty of stuff to watch now.
Oh yeah. You know what I noticed that as well in this? There is not enough appreciation in film or in acting, period, for dudes crying on screen, impromptu, just crying when they're acting. Oh, it's so powerful, I think. And both Harry and Christian, I believe, had a teary moment in this, and I thought that is just, I don't know how they do it. That is such an underappreciated aspect of acting, I believe, just the performance, being able to cry and make it look like real.
Yeah,
like
to
raw
basically
and
cry
emotional.
on cue. Like, I have no idea how they do that. That's you just
Do
have
they
to.
put something in their eyes? Do they take their mind to like a sad or dark place? Personally,
I think it's all different. Like, I know some people like do like the smelling salts to make their eyes water,
yeah.
or they'll put like Vaseline, not Vaseline, the like menthol rub,
Vicks.
like yeah, Vicks. Like they'll put that like right
Yeah.
under their eyes, and
So
that
that
gets
gets
to
it
like
going, but then
that gets the
once
tears going, and then you've just got to
then
once
you
they're
got to
going, you
take
got to
then you got
push
to
through and
think
keep it
about
going.
some sad shit.
Yeah, you just go back to the saddest moment in your life, I guess, and hope that's enough.
I just love it so much. Seeing people cry on screen, it baffles me, and especially the fellas. Should be more of it.
Who else did we have? Oh, so the other sort of major stars. So we had Christian Bale, Harry Melling, Timothy Spall as Superintendent Thayer plays a really important role as well. The guy that is basically investigating the murder but can't solve it, so drafts in Landor. What did you think of Timothy as Superintendent Thayer?
Yeah, brilliant. I think it was like everyone played their role and like comfortably too. That's what I mean. This was just like everyone. It was cast brilliantly. I thought like no one was out of their depth or out of their lane. You know what I mean?
I think he did a fantastic job of in the beginning. So like a slight spoiler. Towards the end, there's a big twist.
Oh, we can give spoilers.
But before we get into that, like in the beginning, Thayer just comes off as an incompetent detective that just wants something definitive that he can put on a sheet and close the case. Like, I don't want to have to deal with this.
Yeah.
This guy killed this guy. I'm done.
Yeah.
But then we have someone breaks into the morgue and cuts out the guy's heart, and then that's when it all just goes to shit, and he's like, I don't know what to do now.
The thing I like about this too, and that's like with a lot of murder mysteries, is I found myself second guessing. Like, hang on, and they were implying that certain characters could have done it themselves. Spoiler alert: I would never have thought Christian Bale, Landor, would be involved in this.
Yeah, that's the major twist.
Almost like printing his own paycheck, essentially.
Well, yeah, it worked out perfectly
Like,
for
I'll
him.
get my fingers in this pie and I'll drag this on. I'll stay here a bit longer. Pay me.
Like Edgar Allan Poe says to him, like, you kind of got drafted in to solve this crime and serendipitously basically helped cover up your own crime in doing so by solving how the murder of one person happened and then tied it into the murders that you committed.
No pun, tied it into.
Yeah.
Of tying people up and hanging them fame in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, big twist at the end, big twist. I would not have thought that young chickie babe was essentially the mastermind. She is, what is her name again?
Lucy Boynton.
Lucy Boynton.
Yeah, as
Boynton?
Leah Marquis.
She looks so familiar, and I couldn't put my finger on what I know her from. I'm just trying to have a look now.
I cannot remember, but yeah, I loved how there was almost two twists in this movie, because you have this is just a murder. We're trying to find out who committed the murder, and then it twists, and it's like, okay, no, the original detective and his whole family are involved in the murder, and it's like black magic, occult, supernatural.
There's always a cult.
And you think like,
There's
okay,
always a cult.
it's solved. It's just this.
Yeah.
And then you get the even bigger twist at the end, and it's Landor is involved, and it's really crazy sexual violence, gang rape, and it's like, whoa, this went from fun, quirky, supernatural movie to, oh my god, this is really heavy and dark.
I think it needed to make that turn though. It couldn't have kept going on like that. It would have been a bit like...
It would have felt very shallow if it had just ended after the first twist.
Because it was big production, big casting, sort of a lot into the story, like a dark leading into, and I think it really needed this to solidify it as for what it is.
Yep. and the other big cast member, Gillian Anderson as Julia Marquis, the matriarch of the family. Good to see Gillian from X-Files fame in a major movie.
Unfamiliar.
You never watched X-Files?
Bruh, I'm a child.
What is
No,
wrong
I
with
never
you?
got in. Never got into X-Files.
I'm trying to think. Do you like?
Sorry.
I can't remember. Do you like the scary stuff? You like Halloween?
I freaking love scary stuff, bro. Common questions.
Well, get back and watch X-Files. It's top tier scary TV.
What is there? Like, what is it? How many seasons is there? Like 100?
Yeah, there's a lot. No, I can't load Disney. But
Here you
there's.
go. It was out for like 25 years. There's only 11 seasons.
Yeah, but I think each season is about 24 episodes.
Yeah. Season 11, 10.
That's not too bad. But they're hour-long episodes, so. But fantastic. In terms of this movie, I loved how it didn't mess around too. Like, it immediately throws you into
That's what
the murder mystery and what's happening. It's like, here's our guy. He's just down by the river, and then the soldiers rock up. I'm like, we need you to come
That's what we
investigate
need.
this.
Otherwise, this would have ended up a slow start. It would have been a bit of a phone scroller to wait for some action to happen. Then once you're scrolling and looking up, and you just lose touch of what's going on, they need to get straight into it. I don't like slow starts. People don't have time for this stuff.
Yeah, especially with
just give me the juice straight up.
like we said,
Otherwise, I'm going to start scrolling and lose attention.
with all the streaming services now, like if you don't catch me in that first 10 minutes, like my mum is terrible for this. She'll put a movie on, and if she's not into it in like the first 15 minutes, stops and done. I'm like, okay.
Like, I'm pretty bad for a phone scroll, but this happened in this movie.
Yeah.
It was fun, engaging.
And yeah, like you're immediately taken to the crime scene of this dude hanging, or where he was hanging, taken to the morgue, and like, oh no, his heart's missing. What the hell is going on?
Love that stuff. And this little scene I liked, a fun one and a pretty cool one. When he got his hand out of the bath and he like broke his fingers back.
Oh,
and that was the little
sickening.
piece of paper.
That was sickening.
Like I think the others in the room even like cringe at that.
Oh. Yeah,
but and then he had a little bit of the letter in his hand. I was like, oh my god, that is some fine detecting.
Yeah, and then like he feels the back of the guy's head and is like, mate, you're supposed to be a doctor. How did you not notice this big gash on the back of his head?
And one thing that strikes me back in that era was how casual they are with no gloves. Like, I know there wasn't awareness for it and diseases and all that stuff, but just touching like dead body like that and not wearing gloves. Ugh.
I guess he was in like formaldehyde in that bath, but
yeah, it's freaking disgusting. I would want to be double, triple glove, masked up if I'm like a decomposing body like that in front of me.
Especially, like full rigor mortis fingers, and he's just like, oh, that noise, that sound effect was so good. I was like, oh,
yeah, it's perfect. I wonder what they used to make that. They nailed that. But yeah, that was cool how they found that little note wrapped up in his hand. That was a fine detective. And another scene that was really powerful at the end, towards the end, when they're in the office, sort of saying their goodbyes, and this is the one where they both sort of having a bit of a tear together. I thought that was a great scene, very powerful. I really enjoyed that.
And I thought the scene where we are shown exactly why Landor wanted to go around and kill all these people, that was a very heavy scene as well. Not just seeing his daughter get attacked, like that was very full on. Yeah. But the scene sort of where he sees her of that, didn't they?
Yeah, they had like the flashbacks, and he's sort of having dreams, isn't he? Constantly.
And
little.
The scene where after we find out what happened to her, when she comes home the next morning and he sees her.
Yeah, I saw it.
That was like a heartbreaking scene. Where like,
I completely forgot about that little story unfolded.
This guy's going on a warpath now. Like, these kids are in trouble.
Yeah. No, brilliant. Yeah, I was worried it was going to be like a 3 hour, too in depth, sort of like very dark burner. But for as dark as the movie was, literally like lighting and how it was shot, and for what was actually unfolding, in both terms dark, I thought it was very like fun and engaging.
Mm-hmm. And with the setting too, like being in like the snowy area in winter,
The bleak
like
midwinter.
it felt cold too because of that lighting, where it wasn't any big bright warm rooms. It was all
Gosh, it looked cold,
muted
didn't it?
blues and stuff like that. It looks freezing. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Especially when they're out investigating the missing guy, trying to find where he is, and they find him hanging off this cliff, and it's like
You know what I
rocking
thought was
around in
funny?
massive trench coats. I was like, oh no, thank you.
Something that was funny and very unrealistic, and I don't know how I picked up on this, but when the Lucy Boynton character is with the Harry Melling character walking through the snow, and they go in the bushes, and they sit on that like stone bench.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like minus 20 there.
Yeah.
Like if it was 10 degrees and I found a stone bench in Wollongong and sat on
I'm
it,
not sitting on it.
I would be straight back up.
Yeah,
like it would be freezing.
It'd be
to sit
chilly.
on. But like minus 20 in the snow, just casually sitting on this concrete bench. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it'd be cold. It'd
That wouldn't happen.
probably damp, like covered in. Like,
and you'd probably get stuck to it.
yeah, especially if your skin touched it at some point.
She's just sitting on it in a dress.
And just a nice little frilly dress. Like, oh no, thank you.
Like I remember at school, like we had them like the aluminium seats, like they were cold, like in the morning.
Yeah, you get to
like
school,
in
you're
your
like,
sports shorts.
I'm good. I'm not sitting on this.
Yeah, I used to sit on my hands, like put them under my bum because it was that cold.
Yeah.
Oh god, the things we had to deal with.
So a few of the other like little trivia parts. So in the cast we had Timothy Spall, Harry Melling, Simon McBurney, and Toby Jones, who have all worked on Harry Potter franchise as well. So pretty crazy that they've pulled all these Harry Potter actors together, and this is a very different movie.
It's good to see people from. I noticed this is happening a lot lately. Like for example, Cillian Murphy starting to get some roles. Like people who are like known for a certain like TV role or a certain like movie series character that are starting to branch out now and do other things.
Yep, yeah, like Daniel Radcliffe has been able to.
Daniel Radcliffe was the first one, I think, was the first like
break the shackles
actor
of Harry Potter.
that we knew like that was Harry Potter. Then once he first started doing a few movies, everyone was like, "Whoa, hang on a minute, I don't know if I'm okay with this."
Him and Hermione Granger, what's her name?
Emma Watson.
Yeah, Emma Watson, I think.
One of the two.
She
probably should know that.
she's done had a big breakout of stuff.
Hey, and the Mayor of Eastern, Kate Winslet of Titanic fame. How good was she in that? Everyone's like, where has she been hiding the last 20 years?
Yeah. Speaking of Titanic, I think it is 20 years this year that movie came out.
Oh, they're releasing
it.
Re-releasing a what would you call it? A remastered
like
version?
director's remaster or something like that. Like,
hook that into me. I'm all over that.
Do we need a remastered version? Or are they just trying to make money? Just put the remaster on Disney. That'll do. I don't need to go to the cinema to see it again.
What's it? I think it's coming on Netflix, isn't it?
I doubt it. It'd be Disney because it's a Cameron movie. They're all Disney.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then the last little trivia part for this one. So it was 2 hours and 8 minutes. Pretty standard sort of movie length these days.
That's all you want.
But Netflix purchased the rights for this movie for $55 million after it aired at a movie festival or was pitched at a movie festival. So $55 million. We'll see if that pays off for them in the numbers. Seems high for this style of movie, which I'm not sure. Like
it does.
Period murder mystery might not hit the heights of say a Stranger Things or a Wednesday or a Dharma, which has been ridiculous. Squid Game also insane.
How do these series keep topping each other? Because Wednesday is now the most popular or the most watched Netflix show of all time, isn't it? Like, I think it beat out... Are you sure? I thought that's what I read, and I was like, that seems barbaric.
It's
Like Stranger Things season 4 was big. Dharma's so much bigger than Wednesday, I thought.
No, not in terms of the figures. So
It's
Squid
nuts. I don't know
Game.
how Wednesday's so popular.
Squid Game is far and away the top.
Is it?
Well, like,
that was massive, and that come out at the right time, didn't it?
Yeah. So Squid Game's like peak, and like it's a big drop to.
Is it?
I think it's Stranger Things and then Wednesday.
Yeah.
But Stranger Things and Wednesday are like almost neck and neck at this point.
Remember when like Sons of Anarchy and like Breaking Bad, they were like the first sort of big shows, weren't they?
Yeah,
like,
they were like, well, Sopranos.
Yeah, Sopranos was like a TV. Pretty
Sopranos, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, like the first couple of seasons.
Peaky Blinders is popular though, isn't it? I thought that broke a lot of records early when that came out. It's held them for a long time.
And Breaking Bad, they're like the premier TV events that they proved that TV could be more than just like
TV,
serialized TV
sitcom,
unknown actors. Like they were able to then draft in top quality movie level actors.
The most popular TV episode of all time is it the last episode of Friends? Like viewership, like sitcom, I think it is. It holds some sort of record, I think.
Probably.
Like some crazy record. The last episode of Friends.
That sounds about right. So yeah, that's like kind of all the stats and stuff. I really enjoyed this movie and
it's good.
Would recommend people check it out and try not to do too much research into the twists, because they are really good twists that pay off.
Well, watch the trailer, because the trailer is fascinating. I'm a big trailer guy. Hey, I love a trailer. It's make or break for me. And
especially on a Netflix where you have so many things to choose from.
Netflix make the trailers put them together nicely too. Because I know a lot of people are like, they will turn the trailer off halfway through, because a lot of trailers give away a lot of like the most of what's going on. Yeah. And, like pretty much spoil the whole thing. But Netflix put a trailer together well. And like I said,
the menu is one of those trailers.
Do
not watch the trailer. Do not watch the trailer for that.
I know. I've seen enough about it in articles and the casting and what it's about to not need to watch the trailer.
Yeah, that's one where I watched the trailer and was annoyed that I'd watched the trailer.
Yeah, see, that's not what you want. But the Pale Blue Eye, after watching the trailer and watching the movie, it was completely different to what I thought it was going to be, which was a pleasant surprise, really. I would have taken either.
Yeah. I think studios and directors are getting a bit better at putting together compelling trailers without giving you too much information. Like they've realized that they're better off just setting the tone and the mood.
Yeah, get a mood. I'm all about a teaser. As painful as some teasers are, like the 50-second teasers, and they just leave you wanting so much more. Like, show us more. But I think a teaser's all right. We don't want like couple of minute long trailers, as cool as they are, but I don't want it spoiled.
I don't mind 1-2 minute trailer. It's like the Marvel movies that put out like 3 or 4. I'm like, that's too many. I feel like I've watched the whole movie.
The greatest trailer of all time has to be the Hereditary trailer. It is haunting.
That's
it is so good. That is put together so well. Like, it is haunting.
Have you checked out the teaser for Barbie?
No, I haven't.
So
I don't need to, because I really want to watch that.
As a bonkers teaser.
Is it? See, I'm not really interested in watching the trailer, because I really want to watch that movie.
I watched the teaser and I was like, I don't think that's anything like what this movie is going to be like.
I mean, yeah, that'd be a fun one.
Like parody type trailers. Like, that's weird. The Oppenheimer trailer looks great.
Oh my god. That's going to be the biggest movie of the year.
That's going to be the biggest day of movies.
Why?
Because Barbie and Oppenheimer come out on the same day.
Oh, really? We need to
two very, very different movies.
Sniff out some Oppenheimer preview screening premiere vibes.
Yeah, they are two very different movies that come out on the same day.
Oppenheimer looks freaking exceptional. I've actually watched that trailer a couple of times now. That broke the internet.
I can't wait to see the like going into a movie theater on that, like in the months or so leading up to that, and just seeing like the bright pink Barbie poster next to the
darkness
orange
of
Oppenheimer one. They're like, what the hell?
Oppenheimer's going to be freaking sick. I can't wait.
I'm so keen for both of those just because I think they're both going to be
Different.
fantastic and totally wild in
They'll
their
both be
own way.
Barbie's very hyped. Very keen.
So yeah, that's the Pale Blue Eye. In terms of our ratings, where did you fall for this one?
4.
Yep.
Which is you should watch it.
Yeah, great.
And
Perfect.
you will enjoy it.
Perfect weekend viewing.
Perfect weekend viewing. Good Saturday night. Probably save something else for your Sunday arvo. This is a good Friday or Saturday night in movie. Watch it at night too. Don't do that to yourself and watch it during the day. It's a dark movie. It deserves to be watched at night time.
Yeah, and yeah, it's one you really do want to pay attention to.
Yeah, exactly. But
kind
like
of
I said,
like
I'm a serial scroller, and it made me. I didn't want to scroll once, so
yeah.
it engages you, and it needs to.
And because it's like that murder mystery investigation, I think you want to be paying attention to this and sort of trying to judge the characters yourself.
Yeah.
So that when that twist does pay off, if you have managed to solve it, like I did probably about just over halfway through, I was like,
oh, he's a boy genius.
I was like, there is something suspect going on with this girl and her family. And then that's what it was. I was like, big brained it.
Oh, I had my theories, which made it fun. It got you thinking, and it got you like, oh, hang on a minute, maybe it could be him.
Yeah.
But,
I was watching with
definitely.
Karina, and I messaged her halfway through, and I was like, there's something suspect about this family. I'm pretty sure they're in on this whole murder plot. So I didn't get the big extra twist, but I got the first twist.
The bigger picture.
Yeah, I didn't get
the bigger picture was good.
Yeah, the second twist got me, but the first twist I picked, which I think is what you're supposed to do. I think you're supposed to get that first twist.
Oh, they drip feed you. They send you straight on a bump steer. They know what they're doing.
So yeah, that's the Pale Blue Eye. Thank you everyone for listening to the commentary booth. If you enjoyed the show, please remember to rate, review, and subscribe on podcast services and on YouTube. You can follow me on social media at JamieUpsMedia and at Pario Magazine. And you can follow Blake on Twitter at Captain Crumbs with a Z. The Commentary Booth is a fan-funded production of Jamie Ups Media. You can support the podcast alongside our magazine, Pario Magazine, on Patreon at patreon.com/Jamie Ups Media. The following people supported at the publisher level or higher, and you cannot fathom how incredibly appreciative we are for their support.